Hey y'all, welcome to Texas Outlaw 4x4, brand new YouTube channel trying to bring you honest opinions and reviews on everyday products that you can use in your own 4x4 and mechanic DIY. Today I'm here with three products from SEALEY. We're looking at the 3-ton rocket lift trolley jack, we're looking at the 3-ton ratchet style axle stands, and we're looking down here at the mystery box. This here is a 12-volt miniature high volume air compressor. But today we're going to take a closer look at... So today guys, we have the MAC07 high volume miniature 12-volt air compressor brought to you by SEALEY. I've been looking around at a lot of different air compressors. You need one for off-road use as well as your everyday sort of, airing up your tires sort of situations. Now, this product here has got 0 videos that I can find out there to review it. So I thought, why not do a product review of my own of one of my favorite companies out there, SEALEY. So here we go. We're going to start the unboxing process. Okay, so first we're going to take a closer look at the compressor outlet side of the quick release air coupling setup. It's a pretty standard item, but at first glance it appears to be seated in the main body very securely and seems to be a pretty good quality fitting. So moving on to the handle, we have a solid ergonomic handle which is pretty comfortable. The handle does rotate, but I can't see any reason why this would have a negative effect on its functionality or compromise its lifespan. Now we're going to move over to here and get a better look at the compressor side of the MAC07. Again, everything is well molded and has a good finish as you would expect from SEALEY products, and the upper body of the compressor has plenty of heat sinks to aid in keeping the temperature down and lower the risk of burning yourself. These things can get extremely warm depending on how hard and how long you run them. Moving over to the electric motor side of this compressor, again we can see a good quality finish and that there are plenty of air vents to help the motor stay cool as well. If we take a closer look here, we can see the model number and a couple of the specifications of this unit, but we'll cover these in more depth later on and give some comparisons to other units at the end of this video. One other thing to mention before we move on is that there's also a motor reset breaker included here, which can be manually reset should it trip. This usually occurs when you run a motor for too long and it begins to overheat. This is a very good feature and adds to the overall safety of this unit. Next, we're going to take a look at how we actually power the MAC07. It comes with a 3-meter power cable which runs directly into the main body, and at the other end we have 2 crocodile-style battery clamps. They're nice and compact and feel fairly sturdy. I can't see us having any issues with these. And here, in this dadgum waterproof fuse holder, is a 50 amp inline fuse. It's actually pretty stiff to open, but it gives me a bit more reassurance it'll keep out any unwanted moisture. Nonetheless, another great safety feature. So now, before we move on to the accessories, we'll have a quick look at the construction of the base that this unit's mounted on. Again, it looks to be pretty good quality material, and it's large enough to make sure the compressor stays stable during operation. And here we have 4 rubber anti-vibration feet, which will also help keep it a safe distance off the ground if there's any slight standing water around. So I have to say, I'm quite happy with the overall product and its features so far, but let's carry on and take a look at what else comes with the SEALEY MAC07. The first thing you'll actually notice when opening this product is the carry case, which is included as standard. The compressor unit is stored here in the larger side, and if we unzip the further compartment, we'll find the accessories and the airline. So this is your pigtail style airline. It's 7 meters long, bright yellow, so you should be able to see it very clearly. This should help you avoid tripping over it should you ever find yourself on the side of a busy road. The airline also comes with this pressure gauge installed, which reads the pressure in PSI as well as bar, depending on which you prefer. Now if we pull it out to examine it further, we'll see that we have a valve connection here. The body of it looks like it'll give us plenty of support when connecting it to the tire. And to do that, we have the threaded brass portion which connects to the tire valve itself. And just moving back ever so slightly, you'll find a small pouch which holds all of your small accessories such as your ball needle and a couple of other handy items too. These will help you with inflatable toys and other things. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at the quick release inlet side of the airline. It's compact and sturdy and covered in rubber, which will help prevent any sharp edge forming when it makes contact with the ground over time. The internal mechanism and ball bearings, which ensure the airline stays connected to the air compressor, are very solid and easily operated. So before we move on, let's just take a look at the way all of this is connected together. So here we can see the inlet hose is connected to the coil hose by a fairly standard crimp type connection, and at the other end we can see the same arrangement, however we also have the tap off for the inline pressure gauge. Okay, so far so good, and I have to say I'm pretty pleased with the overall quality and finish of this product, but there's still one last thing to check before we actually go out and test it. Let's check and see how the two portions connect together. If you've never used this type of connection, it's a fairly simple process. First you line up the two pieces of the coupling union, pull back the inlet coupling collar, apply a bit of gentle pressure, and release the collar. And BAM! There you have it. You're all connected, ready to inflate your tires, or even your football, or your inflatable camp bed. And when you're finished, simply repeat these steps in reverse and you're ready to pack it away for the next time you need to use it. Okay then, so now we've covered the SEALEY MAC07 here indoors, it's time to take it outside and see how she actually performs. Gone ahead and deflated the tires. Go ahead and check it here. You can see we've got 3 psi. Okay, 3 psi there, and we're going to go ahead and do a bigger one as well. This here might give you some ideas of what we're going to be doing in future. Imagine what we're going to have to do to this bad boy to get these suckers underneath here. But we'll go ahead and check the tire pressure on this one. And again, look at that, that one's down to 3 psi as well. Okay, there we go, both at 3 psi. We've already got everything hooked up. We've got a timer set here ready to go. Right, so what we need to do is we'll go ahead and connect up like we showed you earlier. Now, as we thought, it's pretty easy to set up there. Right, tire pressure is nice and in view. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll start this sucker up and watch the timer. Now we may have to switch it off here and there to check the pressure, but you know, we'll see how we go. Here we go, guys. 3 minutes, just over 40 psi. I think that's pretty good. So 3 minutes, 1 second, 3 psi to about 42, which is higher than we actually wanted to go. So for me, that's a win. Really happy with that. We'll have to bring the pressure back down for a bit of normal operating pressure for road use. But what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and disconnect. We're going to hook up to this sucker here. But just for reference, this here is a 265/70/17. So it's probably just, you know, somewhere in between a 32-inch, somewhere around a 32-inch off-road tire. So these ones here are, I'm going to remind myself, 315/70/17s. So these are closer to 35s, right? Now I know this hasn't got any weight on it, but you know, we're just talking about pressure, so it's not that big of a deal. What we'll do, we'll go ahead and get disconnected over here, get hooked back up here, and we'll let you know how we get on here. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to go for these big boys now. See how we get on. Alright, so we stopped that bang on 3 minutes. Now, obviously this is quite a bit of a larger tire here that we're dealing with. That's taking it from 3 psi up to 30. Now for me, that's pretty impressive for what we're working with here. So yeah, I call that a win as well. Obviously, you know, you wouldn't normally be doing more than one tire, that sort of a pressure change range, but yeah, I'm impressed. Right, y'all. So all in all, I think that was a pretty successful trial. I have to be honest, I was really nervous about making the investment for this particular item, seeing as there was no reviews out there to give me any confidence about it. But after doing my own review, I'm pretty happy that I made the decision that I made. The prices of these types of items, they vary vastly. There's a ridiculously astronomical prices you can pay for some of these, and then you got your really low budget ones as well. This one's somewhere in the middle. I found this ranging from £260 down to what I paid at about £135. What we'll do is we'll leave a link in the description below, that way you can see where we've picked ours up from. So once again, y'all, this is us here at Texas Outlaw 4x4. If you've liked the video and you found it useful, please like and subscribe. We've got lots more product reviews coming your way. We've also got modifications of the Jeep TJ Wrangler as well as the Ford Ranger, so keep your eyes open for those videos up and coming. Once again, thanks for watching. We'll see y'all soon.